The world of buying and selling cars is changing, but it's changing so fast that the perception of British car buyers is much worse than the reality. We know from our own research that just 7% of consumers say they trust used car dealerships. But in fact, dodgy dealers are swiftly becoming a thing of the past. What our research also shows that if you talk to people who bought a car in the last 6 months, that statistic is reversed. Most of them trust the company they bought from. That's because nowadays people aren't buying from car dealers, but from car retailers. Companies that take their lead from the very best of the high street brands and offer great quality products at fair prices with excellent customer service. And if they don't, they run the risk of losing your business. Like pretty much every sector of the retail market, the world of buying and selling cars has evolved. Technology is probably one of the biggest factors in making the process of buying anything much simpler and more open. For instance, we know that the average car buyer spends 11 hours online researching their purchase. And that's because here they have access to all the information they need to make an informed buying decision, from pricing to reviews. And they can compare similar products all over the country in real time from the comfort of their own sofa. That isn't just empowering you and me, that's also forcing the retailers to up their game to remain successful businesses in this ever more transparent world. Car dealerships are businesses, so they operate like Sainsbury's or Topshop or any other big retailer. And the process they all go through is the same, whether you're talking about cars, clothes or food. The retailer buys their stock, prepares it for sale and adds in a margin to make some money. Which is fair enough, because that's how businesses work. However, for a business to be truly successful, it needs 3 things. It needs to provide good quality products, in this case cars, it needs to provide competitive prices, and it needs to provide excellent customer service. If it doesn't, the customer will simply vote with their feet and walk away. Of course, that's not to say that you won't find differences in price between 2 apparently identical cars at different sellers, but there may well be good reasons for that. Remember, you could buy your next car from 3 main places. There's the franchise dealer, who has an official license to work directly with the car manufacturer and can order and sell brand new cars, as well as offering the best specialist knowledge on those cars. There's the independent dealer, and that includes the big car supermarkets, who don't have an official license, so they can't sell brand new cars, but they can sell used cars at great prices from a variety of makes because they're not tied to any specific companies. And finally, there's the private seller, like you or I, selling our own cars from home. A professional car retailer is therefore very different to a private seller. Not only does the private seller have no site to run, no staff to pay, and no showroom to heat, light and maintain, they also have no team of experts behind the scenes to ensure that every car that's sold is safe, legal and roadworthy. And none of that comes for free. In fact, between a retailer buying a car and selling it, a lot of work, much of which is invisible, has to go on. That can start with something as simple as just giving the car a good wash and a brush up, but there may be a fault to be fixed or some damage to be repaired. The retailer may also choose to put the car through an MOT test or a service. They may well just put it through a series of their own checks, and they could add a warranty and so on. All of that costs, of course, but thanks to the transparency in the market, the retailer knows they can't afford to charge an unfair price. We know that 3/4 of buyers say that transparent pricing is an important issue when they're deciding which car to buy. And thanks to services on Autotrader like our valuation tools, you can very quickly establish how much you should be paying, regardless of whether you're looking at a Volkswagen Golf in Glasgow or a Fiat Punto in Plymouth. And in just the same way that you can be more informed about a car's price, you can also learn more about what to expect when you get to the retailer. Customer reviews are available for pretty much everything online these days, including car retailers, and no business can afford to skimp on customer service. Of course, building out the best possible service does feed into the cost of the car, but many would argue that the extra peace of mind you get at every stage of the process, from establishing what a good product looks like, to what a good price looks like, and what a good retailer looks like, makes it more than worth it.